Hey guys, I'm here to talk with you today about the new moon that's going to be happening in the sign of Cancer, July 20th. So, this is the first new moon in Cancer that isn't being eclipsed, like a lunar eclipse. We do, however, have a solar eclipse going on for this new moon. But yeah, this is the first new moon in Cancer that hasn't been eclipsed since the year 2017, so that's pretty special. And while it's more of like a regular kind of new moon compared to the eclipses, the lunar eclipses that we've had for the past several new moons, there is definitely a lot of heavy energy going on with its opposition with Saturn right now. And it's also the second new moon in the sign of Cancer for the year 2020, so pretty cool. We can definitely feel blocked or a little bit throttled by the challenges that are coming up that maybe have come up from the full moon that we experienced. And this can fuel our desire and need to start fresh. So before we get to our new moon, July 20th vibes and all that good stuff, Mercury is going to be turning direct. Thank goodness, right? One of the zillions of planets that is retrograding is going to be going direct July 12th, and that's also going to be in the sign of Cancer. So even though we're in the month of July, and that's like a really highly action-oriented, motivational kind of like masculine month, we need to be kind of receptive and flow into that Cancer feel of like the home life, the domestic, the feminine. So yeah, being receptive, tapping into your intuition for sure. So because Mercury is going to be direct, this is going to be a great time to do any kind of writing, whether that is petition magic, just journaling out your dreams, whatever it is you want to manifest. I highly recommend writing it down because Mercury is ruled by communication and writing. So it's a good way to communicate with the universe, source, spirit, God, your ancestors, whoever resonates with you, whatever you believe in. And then also when you're setting those intentions and you're writing those down, keep in mind the correspondences or the attributes that Cancer has, which are, again, domestic affairs, emotional affairs, healing of all kinds. Emotional healing is a good one to keep in mind too. The home in general, family in general, traditions, and also setting your own traditions and creating your own traditions, because we still have that theme of Saturn retrograde that we're kind of restructuring and redoing all of our traditions. So July 18th, the sun will be opposite of Saturn, and opposites in astrology are really highly motivating influences. So there's this conversation going on between the success and the motivation and the drive that the sun has to offer us with the restructuring of traditions and breaking down of structures and rethinking all of those things and the way that we're learning things and like the karmic lessons that we've learned, things like that with Saturn. So that's what like the opposite means, is there's like a harmonious kind of dance or conversation going on between the sun and Saturn because they'll be opposite July 18th. And then again, with all of those things that I mentioned about Saturn, that's Saturn retrograding right now. So it's not Saturn direct vibes, it's Saturn retrograde vibes, is the restructuring, letting go of the old and starting new and making those new traditions, which is great and so aligning with Cancer vibes. So July 20th, which of course is the new moon, Mercury will be sextile Uranus, and sextiles can create opportunities. So use Uranus, which is all about being eccentric, free. It's the awakener planet, and it represents the Fool in the tarot deck. So really taking adventures and taking risk and setting out on your own and doing your own thing and going your own way, and you know, kind of to hell with everybody else and you're doing you. Alongside Mercury, which is all about intellect, communication, travel, quickness, mental energy, and that, of course, is ruled by the Lovers in the tarot deck, which more often than not signifies unity rather than actual like romantic partnerships, but unity like within the self. So like your feminine, Cancer-y kind of side, and your masculine like go hustling vibes. So balance in the self that we have going on that we can kind of tap into, that will align with the stars. So this new moon in Cancer is going to be a great time to commit to personal goals that express the positive energies of the sign of Cancer. So these include honoring our deepest and most intimate feelings, recognizing the sense of security and safety that we get from wherever or whatever it is that we call home, and that's different for everybody. So honing in on those energies and really focusing on that, where we feel comfortable, where we feel safe in our little crab shell, right? So we need to allow ourselves to accept support and also offer support to others. And we also have some vibes of starting a project aimed at improving our home life, our domestic life, the harmony that goes on within there. So with those intentions, have them kind of correspond with those harmonious vibes of Cancer as far as in the home, feeling safe and secure with your family, with your kids, with your sense of community, whatever it is that you feel like is your crab shell of home. So with all of this like really potent Cancer energy, we have this chance to make important changes in our lives that will benefit us way beyond this moon cycle. As I talked about that 18-month cycle, I think like two or three videos back, yeah, it's going to be a cycle and we're all working towards it. Stay hydrated. It's hot out there. So this new moon is time to make some plans and set the stage for reaping the rewards from our new beginnings, as little as we set them, as little as our intentions are, little, or as big as we set them. And in about 2 weeks' time after the full moon occurs, we can concentrate on new ways to enhance family life and domestic affairs and to build up our feelings of security and safety. So after we have this full moon, we can start focusing on these vibes of Cancer that's going on with the moon that we're going to feel way before that, in my opinion. Feelings of safety is now related to your home, family, and related activities like cooking and gardening. You might be prone to emotional fluctuations always with Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon can have indications of like mental illness, so just be aware of that. With the emotional fluctuation part of Cancer, and definitely focus on learning and practicing forgiveness, because you can have forgiveness in your mind, but it's different to have it in your mind and different to practice it and have it in your heart and live it every day. Like live from a space of forgiveness as opposed to carrying around all of this emotional baggage that might cause that mental illness and those emotional fluctuations. So anyways, focus on forgiveness to avoid depression, things like that, or worry in general. We're all victims of worry for sure. And also our perception of the world can be very subjective. So try and create that distance between us and everything else, or everyone else that's doing their own thing and going their own way in this huge transitional time for everybody as a nation, globally. Sure, we're all feeling it in our personal lives, etc. So create that distance, create some time for yourself, hone in on yourself. Perfect time for self-love, focusing on yourself, and again, also your family and everything that goes on in your home. So Focus on rich emotional manifestations when you're setting your intention. Like, what do you want your house to look like? What not look like, but feel like. Cancer is all about I feel. So what do you want your house to feel like? How do you want to feel when you're spending time with your children or your family or your community? Focus on healing. Obviously we're all, as a collective, going through this whole COVID-19 pandemic. That would be a great thing to set intentions for. So I hope that this wasn't too rambly. As you guys know, I'm a Gemini. I get that way. But yeah, I'm excited about this new moon. Definitely. And with Saturn retrograding now in the sign of Capricorn, I mean, it's really good for me and anyone else that's like starting their own business or working from home, because we can create our new traditions based on our career, because we have all the Cancer energy of like within the house, and then we have Saturn restructuring. Also, I think it's the 11th house is Saturn, but in career. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. I hope this was a cohesive message. I am still trying very hard to study and understand astrology. There are people that have been doing it for decades and obviously are way better than me. But anyway, it's a lifelong study and I'm totally a noob at it. So thanks for bearing with me and watching my videos. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want a tarot reading, let me know. If you need anything, let me know. I'm here for you. This is my work. This is my soul's work, and I'm here to support you.